A company that spent nearly a decade telling mothers that it was good to give their sodas to their babies, now sells an estimated $1 billion in soda a year. The crazy story of 7-Up's timeline proves that branding is one of the most single powerful forces behind a company's longevity and a little dangerous. Believe it or not, early on, 7-Up was marketed as a mood stabilizer and claimed it could cure hangovers, or in their words, take the ouch out of the grouch. And they stood on these claims based on the fact that 7-Up contained lithium citrate. More on that later. That was the 1930s, and if you think that's interesting, it was the 1940s where 7-Up took a turn in its image, branding itself for its purity. So pure, in fact, they promoted 7-Up as a drink for babies, specifically to add to children's milk if they won't drink it, so it turns into a tasty treat. To the point their 1955 Life magazine ad bragged that they have the youngest customers in the business. And the first sentence reading, "This young man is 11 months old and he isn't our youngest customer by any means." But it wasn't just throwing a bunch of images out there. They supported these claims based on the fact that in the soda category, they had less sugar than colas. And compared to the caffeine-heavy drinks, they had no caffeine at all. And I guess to be fair, if you look at 7-Up's ingredients versus Coca-Cola's, they're definitely a little more straightforward. But a lot of these purity claims started to take a dent in 1948 when the FDA banned lithium citrate. That same ingredient 7-Up used to claim it helped hangovers and stomach aches was now something that the FDA found to cause poisoning, tremors, vomiting, even some deaths. And if you do a quick Google of lithium citrate today, you'll see it described as a mood stabilizer in psychiatric treatment for manic states and bipolar disorder. How did 7-Up backslide out of this one? They flipped from family-friendly branding and milk cocktails for babies to mixed cocktails at the bar for adults. This is something that people were already doing naturally, but 7-Up began to highlight it to promote it further, and of course it didn't hurt to help them rebrand yet again. This is a testament of something I tell my clients often. People tend to have a disproportionate fear that they'll get stuck in one box if they brand themselves one way, but the right strategy and execution can undo almost any branding. But more importantly, brand differentiation is not a one-off event. If you want to last, as the market changes and your competitors change, you'll always find yourself having to position yourself against other companies in the market and within the state of society itself. For example, in the 1960s, 7-Up aligned themselves with the rising counterculture movement and took advantage of the fact that Coca-Cola was so dominant by positioning themselves as a refreshing alternative to the status quo, a playbook that they still subtly use to this day.